Hi there. I've been gone for a little while. Things happened. I set up a new CRM. It turned out there were emails I hadn't replied to for like 18 months and things like that. So I had to spend a bit of time doing admin, and plus I had a new website, blah-de-blah-de-blah-de-blah-de-blah. But anyway, I am now back with my series on noise reduction plugins, focusing on dialogue. And this week I am going to be starting with the relatively new RX12 plugins. Now, if you've watched my recent video on Accentize's DX Split plugin, then you will know that that is currently the target, the kind of the top quality noise reduction plugin, at least on an M series processor Mac, where you can use the extended algorithm. So that's where we're looking to beat. Now, it's also not cheap. So we are looking at the various different options for noise reduction in RX12. So firstly, we've got the kind of the basic RX12 voice denoise. Now that comes with RX12 elements, and it is entirely unchanged from RX11 voice denoise. But then on separately to that, I am also going to be looking at RX12 Dialogue Isolate, which has been updated since RX11 Dialogue Isolate. Now, there are multiple algorithms in RX12 Dialogue Isolate, and one of those, the best offline algorithm, is only available in RX12 Advanced. Now, I had RX11 Advanced, but I chose to only get RX12 Standard, so that's all I'm going to be looking at here today. However, the price for RX12 Standard is fairly similar to DX Split, so we are comparing the performance of a plugin that comes with a lot of other really useful plugins versus one that costs about the same and only does kind of one thing. Similarly, when we're looking at voice denoise on the cheaper side, we are looking again at how the price compares against something like Clear that is kind of largely the same price of as RX12 elements. So let's pull things up now. Okay, so here is the Reaper setup I've done. Now, you'll already be familiar with the samples from my DX Split review. We're looking at a few less of them now. So let me start by playing to you the raw audio of the first test. To be or not to be? That is the conundrum. So that is me in front of a washing machine in a fairly echoey corridor, and we are setting the benchmark of DX Split. So this is how DX Split sounds without any reverb reduction. Now, if you watch this test in the DX Split review, I did use reverb reduction. However, that would not be fair as a comparison in this video, so I have taken that off, and DX Split sounds like this. To be or not to be? That is the conundrum. So it's pretty damn impressive, to be honest. Now, if we look at RX12 voice denoise, we end up with audio like this. To be or not to be? That is the conundrum. So you can certainly still hear the washing machine in the background. Which is not ideal, but again, we are comparing apples and oranges here. We're comparing a significantly cheaper plugin against DX Split. Now, what should be more fair is how RX12 Dialogue Isolate compares, and that sounds like this. To be or not to be? That is the conundrum. So it's not quite perfect. I will say it's you can still very, very faintly hear the washing machine. But of course, the advantage here is I'm comparing the DX Split algorithm with the extended the DX Split plugin with the extended algorithm, which is Mac only, versus RX12 Dialogue Isolate, which is not Mac only. So actually, if you're a Windows user, this is a kind of a not really a fair comparison. And to be honest, at that point, you are comparing this. If I change DX split over to core, it actually ends up sounding like this. To be or not to be, that is the conundrum. So it actually is much less effective at noise reduction. Let's have a look at the second test. Let's have a look with it raw. This is a test of having the vacuum cleaner turned on and off while I am recording an audiobook.
I need something of Farsi's that she used or play with. I need something of Farsi's that she used or played with. A blanket or something she slept on, maybe. Did you have a favourite blanket or toy?
So, DX Split does an exceptional job with this.
I need something of Farsi's that she used or play with. I need something of Farsi's that she used or played with. A blanket or something she slept on, maybe. Did you have a favourite blanket or toy?
And of course, what makes DX Split so impressive is you don't hear the vacuum even momentarily when it turns on. Now, if we look at our RX12 voice denoise,
I need something of Farsi's that she used or play with. I need something of Farsi's that she used or played with. A blanket or something she slept on, maybe. Did you have a favourite blanket or toy?
that is basically doing nothing. Unfortunately, it is honestly quite disappointing. I used to swear by voice denoise, but, prepping these comparison videos really has shown that it's not quite as good as I thought it was. Even with the kind of adaptiveness of it. However, Dialogue Isolate does better.
I need something of Farsi's that she used or play with. I need something of Farsi's that she used or played with. A blanket or something she slept on, maybe. Did you have a favourite blanket or toy?
Now, what's interesting is it does fail here.
She used or played with.
You hear that kind of noise?
Or played with. Farsi's that she used or played with.
So when the vacuum kicks in, it doesn't immediately take it down, unlike DX Split. It's honestly a bit disappointing. And I have no doubt RX12 Dialogue Isolate's algorithm that's only in RX12 Advanced probably does as good a job as DX Split, but it costs a lot more. So unless you're kind of needing the rest of RX12 Advanced, it's a hard sell. Let's have a look at test 3.
I need something of Farsi's that she used or played with. A blanket or something she slept on, maybe? Did you have a favourite blanket or toy?
So that's the computer fan. That is me manually setting my MacBook Pro M4 Max to maximum speed on both its fans. A problem that many voice actors have to deal with. So DX Split does this.
I need something of Farsi's that...
Well, let's listen.
I need something of Farsi's that she used or played with. A blanket or something she slept on, maybe? Did you have a favourite blanket or toy?
I think I imagined it failing a little at the beginning. But if we look at voice denoise...
I need something of Farsi's that she used or played with. A blanket or something she slept on, maybe? Did you have a favourite blanket or toy?
Now, I can sort of hear the fan. It's really faint. It's more of a sense of there is a fan going more than anything else. I'm not sure how easy that is to hear, even on this recording, by the time it's been processed for YouTube. But this is where voice denoise is really good. It's really good at dealing with stuff like fan noise, HVAC noise, things like that. Dialogue Isolate.
I need something of Farsi's that she used or played with. A blanket or something she slept on, maybe? Did you have a favourite blanket or toy?
And, excellent job there. Now, that leads us into the final test. And this is me just sat on a sofa with a child nearby, my wife nearby, the TV on. And this is more about how well do these plugins deal with the selective decision-making of is audio meant to be there or not. So here it is raw. It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside.
It is inside, are you sure?
I'm not one of those who can easily hide. So that's it, raw. DX Split does this. It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside.
It is inside, are you sure?
I'm not one of those who can easily hide. So you can actually still hear all the voices, including the TV, on voice denoise. It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside.
It is inside, are you sure?
I'm not one of those who can easily hide. So again, voice denoise performs just as well as DX Split in this scenario. It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside.
It is inside, are you sure?
I'm not one of those who can easily hide. So it actually, although it makes it more obvious, it is certainly having a better go at getting rid of the other audio. And in fact, there's one part of the TV there that you can't even hear. Final thing to mention is just the impact on rendering speed. This rendered raw at 73.4 speed. DX Split rendered at 11.5 speed. RX12 voice denoise rendered at 25 speed, so significantly less of a rendering slowness reduction. And RX12 dialogue isolate was the slowest of the lot, rendering at 8.2 speed. So hopefully you've got enough information to make your own decisions there. Let's pull me back to full screen. The RX plugins are fantastic. RX voice denoise, even if you've got RX11, you're getting the same kind of level of quality that I was showing there in RX12 voice denoise. Dialogue isolates improved significantly since RX11, but it's still not quite performing up there with DX Split. Although I do know it's performing pretty much in line with Clear. Clear, of course, being a lot cheaper. So there are links, affiliate links to these plugins in the description below. Please go ahead and use those links if you go ahead and buy one of the RX plugins, because that helps me out a little. And I will be back next time and the week after that, looking at further plugins. I am going to be looking at, next time, I am going to be looking at the Acon digital options, looking at Extract Dialogue 2 and Acon Denoise 2. After that, in the following week, I'm going to be looking at Cedar's plugins, looking at DNS1 and Voice EX2. And in the final week of looking at it, I'm going to be looking at the free ERA6 noise remover and Boris FX's Crumple Pop Audio Denoise, which just really weird name, Crumple Pop. No idea why it's named that. And that will be that for noise reduction, after which I will be looking at and focusing very hard on the equivalent set of videos for de-reverb rather than denoise. So I hope to see you for the video next time, and thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.